I am moving internationally in a few short months, and sadly that means our camping adventures have to be put on hold. I had to take our rooftop tent off of my car, sadly, which means no more camping ventures for the time being. And since it's been a while, I thought it'd be a great time to go through all of our camping gear and share with you some regrets and some things that I wish I should have bought. So welcome to my garage. It's not super aesthetically pleasing backdrop, I know, but the truth is I'm going through all of our camping stuff today and kind of repacking things and sorting through things and ready for the movers when they come in maybe a month. One of my first regrets is buying one of these tubs in order to do our washing. My idea behind it was that I just wanted to get something really cheap, and it was cheap. I think it was only a couple of dollars to get started and start camping. And then as soon as I bought it and I put it into one of our larger tubs, I realized how much room this actually takes up and how you're kind of restricted with organizing things in the tub. This was sadly not used for very long. I've actually kind of repurposed this and I use this for other things now. It was too rigid, it took up too much space, and I ended up going with a little bit more expensive of an option, but definitely one that I wish I would have bought instead of this. So I ended up buying these collapsible tubs instead. And these are really, really fantastic. They are super sturdy. We've used them at least 50 nights camping. They're silicone and plastic and they just pop out. They just pop out like that. The great thing is that it comes in packs of 2. So I've got one for the dirty dishes and then I've got one for rinsing off the dishes once they're clean. And my favorite part about these is that they just collapse right back down, really, really flat, and they don't take very much space up. Once they're together like this, that's how much space they take up versus this one. You can see how much space 2 tubs take up versus just the one. This next one is probably one that you would not expect to find on this list, but it is a portable battery. And no, there's nothing wrong with this portable battery. It is actually something that I really, really love. I love it so much that I wish I would have just got a bigger one. There's a lot of different companies when you're looking at all of these portable batteries. We went with the Jackery 3 years ago. It's the Jackery 300. It's got USB-A ports, USB-C ports, it's got DC port for your car, which is actually where we run our car fridge from as well. And then we've got 2 normal AC outlets. And every time we camp, we use this thing up so quickly. I just wish I would have bought a bigger one. These portable batteries are not cheap. I think that when I bought this, it was like $250, maybe $300. And for maybe $100 more, I could have gotten twice the amount of voltage, wattage. I can't remember what the storage capacity is called on this, but I just wish I would have bought a bigger one. So if you're thinking about buying one of these portable batteries for camping, they are super useful. I absolutely love them, but I just wish I would have bought a bigger one. Because now I'm at the point where I don't know if I should just sell this and upgrade to a new one, or if I should just buy a second one that's this size. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you think I should do. If you're thinking about buying one of these batteries, maybe just go up one size from what you normally think you would need, because it's always better just to have extra than not have enough. So this next one is actually one that I've tried a couple of times and I've just now had to realize that it's just not going to happen. These collapsible water containers. So the idea that I had for them was that the water in here was just going to be drinking water. We actually not only use these with camping, but anytime we had any road trip. And in theory, it's a really great idea. You fill up the container with all the water that you want, and over time, as you use it, it should get smaller and smaller. But the truth is that this is the second one that I've bought. The plastic that they use for these is just not the right quality. I've bought 2 different ones, 2 completely different companies, and both of them did the same thing. After a while, these holes start to appear, these cracks. Also the little spigot where the water comes out, it starts dripping here. I've tried to thread it, I've added things, I've tried plugging the holes with duct tape, with super glue, and it just gets worse over time. So over time, I've had to give up on the collapsible drinking container. I haven't bought a new one yet, but I think what I'm going to do is just get a smaller one that's hard-sided, that's really sturdy, and one that I know that is going to stand the test of time. And I'm just gonna have to give up on these little flimsy collapsible water containers for the time being. This next one I mentioned in my video when I did a tour of my campsite. And this was definitely a regret, but not a regret in the terms of the purchase, but a regret in terms of I should have bought it sooner because it would have saved a lot of hassle. So this is a portable jump starter. And the reason why I wish we would have bought it sooner is because we do a lot of dispersed camping or BLM camping, off-grid, however you want to call it. And my number one goal when we're doing that kind of camping is try to get as far away from other people as possible and really get immersed in nature and fully enjoy the camping experience in seclusion. So we chose a dispersed camping area outside of Petrified Forest National Park in Arizona. And our goal, as always, was to try and find a nice secluded spot, which we did. And then the next morning, as we were packing up, I made a very crucial error. I left the car battery on while I left our car fridge plugged into the car, thinking that it would take us about 30 minutes to pack up the site, no problem. Unfortunately, it took way longer than that. Time kind of slipped away. I also was plugging in other things, charging my phone in the car. I think I also plugged in our portable battery because guess what? That had died. After all of those things charging on the battery, we were all packed up, got into the car, I went to go start the car, and the car battery was dead. Thankfully, there was one other person there, which I cannot believe that there was one other person there. This was like 11 o'clock on a Tuesday in a really random spot, and thankfully she came to our aid and saved us. But to be honest, if she was not there, I don't know what we would have done. We had no phone service, we had absolutely nothing. And that afternoon, before we went to our next camping site, we stopped in Flagstaff and bought this portable jumpstart battery. This thing will not only jumpstart your car, there also is a light on it. There is a tire inflator, so if you go somewhere where you have to deflate your tires, like for sand, and you need to inflate them again. We also just use this in our house a lot of times. If we've noticed before a car trip that one of our tires is a little low, we can just go ahead and inflate our tires right in our own garage. And it also has a few USB charging points, and it has an AC one. So just having all of these things in like one portable package has made me feel so much safer, because now I know the next time that we go really off-road, off-grid somewhere, that we will be able to get out if anything happens. So that is a huge regret that I wish we would have bought sooner. This is another one that you might think, why on earth is this on this list? Because this is a really high quality item, my Petzl headlamp, but not for the reasons that you think. So this is a really, really great headlamp, really, really high quality. I've used this for years, hiking, camping, all kinds of stuff. But the thing that I wish I just would have bought sooner is I went with just using 3 AAA batteries in this, and I don't know why I did that for so long. Recently, I finally got the rechargeable battery that goes in this. It's not that expensive, but for the amount of batteries that I've gone through in the 3 years that I've owned this, I could have easily just bought this from the beginning and had way less waste going into the environment. The battery on this lasts way longer than 3 AAA batteries as well. And I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like this also makes the headlamp a little bit brighter. I'm not sure if that's just me making that up or if that actually is the truth, but I feel like there is a difference from using a rechargeable battery versus using the 3 AAA batteries that it normally comes with. So if you use a Petzl headlamp or really any other headlamps that have the rechargeable battery option, just go for the rechargeable battery. You will thank yourself later. This one was actually one that I did not recommend whenever I was doing my campsite tour video. As of recent, I kind of realized what I did wrong from initially buying it. First of all, when you order something and you're not sure how to use it, make sure you just read up in the instructions. I bought this 3 years ago. I don't really remember if it came with instructions, but I at least should have read into the product and read how to use it correctly, because I kind of messed up how the product is supposed to be used. So basically what I'm talking about is this camp shower. And you can see here that this has been ripped right here because I wasn't using it properly. And I didn't realize that I was using it improperly until recently. We went camping with my sister-in-law and her boyfriend, and he figured out what we had been missing. So basically when we got the camp shower, it came to us like this. This was the little hose that attaches to it, and then there was this thing. And I just thought this was kind of just to keep it flat, I don't know. But shout out to Malachi, thank you for pointing this out. So this was actually supposed to be slid into here, and it keeps it nice and flat. and then that would take the pressure off when this thing is full, and then you hang it in order to shower. And although this definitely would have lasted a lot longer if I would have known that from the beginning, that that was how this camp shower was supposed to be used, I would not recommend this for like the solar shower aspect of it, because if you fill this up with water and you leave this out all day, it is going to be absolutely boiling, like way too hot to shower with. Or if you're in a place where there isn't a lot of sun or it's cold, this is just never going to heat up. We'll fill this up using half of the water from just like our normal camp water that we have, and then we'll boil some water and mix it in with it. So that way it'll make it a temperature that you can shower with. Basically, my regret is that I didn't do some more research into this. I would, however, in the future like to upgrade kind of our camp shower and get something that is maybe a little bit more sturdy. So those are some of my kind of camping purchase regrets and maybe wish I could have bought sooner items. So for those items that I've recommended, I do have them linked in the description below if you are interested. And also if you're interested in seeing some more videos like this, I have a few videos on camping and my campsite setup, and also a tour of our roof nest tent. So if you're interested in seeing any of those or any videos like it in the future, be sure to subscribe. Like I said, since we are moving internationally, we are moving to England, which is obviously a very wet climate. I'm going to be doing some upgrades to our roof nest because over these 3 years it has taken a little bit of a batting. There's a couple things I need to fix on it, and one of the big things is that I need to replace the liner of the outer shell on the roof nest so that it can handle more of a humid, wet climate when we move to England. So I'm going to be filming a video on that shortly, so if you are interested, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, and that way you'll know when a new video is coming out. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to leave it better than you found it, and I'll see you next time.